Hey guys, it's Justin again with another unboxing video. This is going to be an unboxing for the MECHANICORE 1-100 Sigma Zero-Store or the Zai Gundam Kasi, whatever you want to call it. It is a non-Bandai branded Gundam kit. It's not really a Gundam kit per se, but it is very heavily inspired by Gundam, if you will. It's not an official product, but it's based on the Gundam Zai, or I call it the Kasi, because I don't really know how to pronounce that. But this is it's sort of like the MC model that came out not too long ago, except this is not 1:144 scale, but 1:100 scale. It's got a full inner frame, it's got LEDs, it's got lots of metal parts, and it's probably going to be a huge headache, but I'm actually looking forward to it. This is a commission piece, so this is not for me, so I'm going to be shooting whips on this thing for my client, and this is actually the pre-order 1 version, so it includes metal V-fin, extra armor pieces, and I think a couple of extra goodies, but we'll worry about that when we tear into the box. So, the first thing you see when you open, or when you get this bad boy, is it's in a large, really nice, heavily packaged, cardboard kind of casing. It's got a handle on it. It's really nice. It's got a product control label, which is really neat to see. Kind of shows the weight and all that stuff on it, and shows you when it was manufactured and all that. On the back, it's got a back shot of the kit floating away. The front has the front of the kit floating towards you, as well as a sticker that shows you what run it is. On the top, bottom, and sides, you've got the name of the kit. Bottom has nothing. And on this side, you've got a little window, and it shows you that this particular first run was limited to 1,500 units, and as you can see, my client here got 1461, which is pretty close to the end, but lucky nonetheless, considering that this particular version is pretty hard to come by. So when you open up the flaps, you're actually greeted by another box, which surprised me because I haven't watched any unboxings or anything on this, so I don't know what exactly is inside. Or I didn't anyway. I've peeked at it. I haven't actually gone through everything. Now inside here, we have what one might call the actual box. Now this is, again, it's a very nice, cardboard, official type box. It feels very much like a Bandai box. The only difference is it's got a bunch of tape flaps where my client had opened it up and peeked inside himself, I believe. It's a very metallic finish, so you can see everything behind the camera and stuff in it. But this is a first pre-order bonus. So with the first pre-order bonus, you get pad printing camouflage armor. You get a pair of metal LED beam sabers, which is kind of like the Elan Kshatriya, considering MECHANICORE and Elan are the same company, sort of. You get those again, which is a really cool bonus. They're really nice. And then you get an exclusively designed big poster, which is, again, also not for sale. It says pre-order 1 here. It's got a really nice picture of the Zero-Störer, kind of floating around in space. There's like something entering orbit, or maybe that's a colony, I don't know. On the bottom of the box, you've got metal thrusters that include LEDs, which is really nice. The head, it shows the lighting system for the head. Thrusters on the back, thrusters on the legs. Then you've got some frame stuff showing the upper trunk, if you will. But this is the torso. This is front and rear shots of the torso. The arm detail, and then the leg detail frame and all that. It's got a lot of information in English, and I believe that's probably Chinese. That's it's from China. So on the bottom you've got a really nice 3D rendering of the Zerstör. And on the bottom you've got Well, I guess this is the top. You've got unit information showing the weapons, the number of LEDs, things and stuff that are inside the box. This is, you know, for ages 15 up, all that's got LEDs. More 3D renderings, frame detail, the waist unit for some reason, which is kind of plain, but whatever. Front and back of the shield, front and back of the unit itself, and on the top we've got the first run sticker showing the you know, the unit code and all that. So enough of me yammering. We're gonna go ahead and open this guy up. We're gonna see what's inside. If I can get it open. There we go. Okay. So on the top we have like a little booklet thing. We'll go into this later. And then there is an insert. And this insert is just got the product standard showing that this is a 1/100 scale kit. The height is 297 millimeters. The head up to head is 260 millimeters. 210 millimeters wide, 287 millimeters deep. So it's a big kit. It is about 2 kilograms. 33 runners, 800 plastic parts, 166 coated plastic parts, 12 clear, 5 LED rocket units, 2 wires, 75 screws, nuts, and key pieces, 11, you know, the rivets and stuff, 2 photo etches, 6 LEDs, 3 battery plates, power switches, 1 set of water slides, 1 instruction CD, which I found really weird, and a user guide. So this is one of those inserts, kind of like you see in the older style Bandai kits. Pretty cool. Next we've got the poster, which as badly as I want to take it out, I don't want to mess it up. It's not mine, so this is going to be what you see of that. It looks really big, and it just seems to show a 3D rendering of the Gundam floating through space. Now, here's the good stuff. This is what everybody's here to see. All of our runners seem to be divided into 2 bags, or 2 sets. There's Pack A, which is looking mostly like runner pieces. And then there's Pack B, which is looking like it's mostly armor pieces. And then there's a small baggie right here with the head. I don't know why that's off on its own. Supplementary parts named... Oh, look at that. It's there was a defect on the original runner, so they gave you better pieces on here. So you just kind of swap those out. And then down here in the bottom of the box, we've got the printed armor, which comes in 3 boxes. And this last one kind of got shuffled around a little bit. But you've got a great deal of armor here with a hex camo pattern kind of printed onto it, which looks pretty cool. Not my favorite. It's got a little bit of texture too, which I'm not too fond of. But I think I can, you know, work around it. I think this is the armor my client wants me to put on it, but I'm not entirely sure at the moment, because he thinks that he wants to maybe do a custom color scheme or something different on it. So we'll see what happens with that. Now the big chunk of this thing is going to be frame painting and all that good stuff, which I'm somewhere in the middle of excited and horrified for. So we'll go ahead and open these up. We'll start with bag A. I'm going to start from bottom to top. That way I can put everything back where it goes. I don't know how this one. Something like that. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to see is 6 what looks like maybe 5mm LEDs. This looks like a switch. I don't know what that is, and I don't know what's supposed to go there, but it looks like it's probably not there, which is unusual. Oh, okay, there it is. There's 2 pieces supposed to be in there, so there's those. There's photo etch pieces for the thrusters, and then there's the thrusters themselves. I believe that all these are kind of self-contained. You just kind of plug them in, and then, you know, the units will do the rest of the work. I'm going to open these up. Okay, so first up we have Q, which is molded on a very kind of navy blue. The quality is not too bad. There's a little bit of texture, there's a little bit of flash, but everything looks nice and clean. The quality is not too bad on the plastic. It's a little soft, but I can work around it, no big deal. This is, like I said, Q. I'm not super familiar with the Zai Gundam, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I believe these are for the shoulders. This is the collar. These are probably for the chest as well. I think these might be for the arms. So. The next bag is S, which is very large, and there's a lot of empty space right here, but this is definitely all frame stuff, which is kind of confirming my fears / suspicion that I would have to put the frame together. It's looking like that's very much a thing. I can already tell that this is probably the waist unit right here. These are also probably part of that. These are maybe skirts. I think that's part of the crotch as well. But I'm not really sure what all of this stuff is. I'm not as familiar with. I think this uses the G system frame, just like the last the Elin kit did. So next we have L, which again, more frame stuff. Lots and lots of panels, and this is probably a foot, something like that. The rest of this is unidentifiable at the moment. But again, frame stuff, so it's all molded in gray. We've got L, which is basically identical to this one. It is, oh, these are both L. Okay, so there's 2 L runners. So we have U. U has some very small cap pieces. I'm not sure what they go to. There's a face plate, probably the back of the head. These are definitely for the gun. I couldn't possibly imagine what those are for. Or any of these. Lots of small pieces here. The white pieces, as with most other third-party kits that I've worked on, the white pieces seem to have the most texturing, so this will require a little bit of sanding. But nothing too serious. I should be able to get that out without a lot of work. Next we have C. C, this is looking like insides to the shoulders. Maybe more foot stuff, shoulder stuff, I'm not really sure. These probably mount thrusters or something like that. There's a fair bit of detail on these pieces, little wires and things like that that are going to be painted and all that. And then we have 2 K runners. The first one is, well, they're both. This is definitely the leg. There's no doubt about that one, which, curiously enough, is really kind of tall. It's about as big as a standard master grade leg, but, well, maybe it's a little shorter, but it doesn't bend, so I'm guessing that this is the bottom half of the leg, and then there's like the top half that still goes up here, which is pretty immense if you think about it. Yeah, here's the top half up here. And this, like I said, this does look like the G system, but it also looks kind of different, so I'm not really sure. No, this is the G system. I recognize a couple of these parts from the Elin Kshatriya. This is definitely the G system frame. Next up we have B, which is another duplicate runner, so there's 2 of these. And this is more frame stuff. These are the shoulders, these little round things here. just arm stuff basically. Nothing too crazy, I guess. You know, it's just the arms and probably parts of these sides of the chest and stuff like that. Next we have P. Now this is where you see a lot of the mold and stuff too. There's a little bit of mold release on this actually. I might end up having to what's it called? Soak these, because I can kind of feel some of that residue. That's not really something that is good. There's also a little bit of mold line, or you know, on the underside of this, which means I'll have to do a little bit of sanding and maybe some putty. We'll see how it looks under primer. But you know, very nicely detailed stuff. I'm not really sure what that is. Next we have G, which is lots and lots and lots of red pieces, pistons, all the way up this side. These are like smaller bits for just accents around the kit. This is for the shield, the sides of the waist. More pistons. It's got a bunch of holes in it. It's probably for the shoulders, I think. Caps, and then the V-fin piece, and some other bits. So it's a really weird looking red. It's kind of got like an orangey look to it. Kind of strange. Lastly for this bag we've got H. H is yellow. It's a very nice yellow orange. I really like this. This has vents and things like that on it. Smaller detail pieces. Again, throughout various parts of the kit you'll see yellow poking through. And then the V-fin is on here as well, which is very not super good. It's undergated, but it's also like kind of weird how it's like it's on every point. It's, you know, mold injected, and I guess that's for, you know, packaging purposes, the way they packaged it. That's going to be a pain to clean. I'm not looking forward to that. There's supposed to be a metal V-fin in here somewhere. We'll see if I can find that. But this is not looking fun. Next we have two eye plates. Both of these are chrome. And this will be getting stripped. So I'm not really a big fan of plate chrome, and then I'm also not really a fan of cleaning and then repainting and then messing with plate chrome. So I'm just going to go ahead and redo this in like aluminum and things like that so that it looks nicer. But lots of these pieces are again just parts of the pistons and other various things. I'm not really sure what like a little thing like that's going to be, but whatever, I guess we'll find out. I really have nothing to say about this plate. It's just a lot of shiny pieces and pipes. So we have W, which is a very small thing of clear pieces for the cameras. I guess this is like the back camera. This is probably the front camera. I don't know what this one is. Maybe to the gun, or maybe this is to the gun. That's the front camera. I have no idea. Alongside that we have V. Yeah, V, which is the clear green pieces. Two pieces for the eyes, which is strange. The detail pieces for the cameras, and then other small pieces for other detail. Again, I'm not sure. There's a sheet A, which is the hands, which I have to build each individual finger. I'm so excited. So excited. Well, at least they're not pre-done like they were on the Kshatriya. That was a little bit of a pain, to be honest. The hands that were included weren't very good, and if you got a first run, you got a second set, and those were a lot nicer. So this is a bit of a good thing, I think. J, which is your sheet of polycaps, and they all look pretty much the same, just in varied sizes, which is a little unusual, but whatever. Finally, we have X, which is just two very large PG-sized beam saber blades, and these gates are ridiculously huge. I don't know what to say about these. And at the bottom of this box we have the 1/100 pre-order 1 light up beam sabers. So I imagine if you didn't get the first run, you have to build these yourself. I'm not entirely sure on that, so don't quote me. This has got assembly instructions showing how to, I guess, put the batteries in, put the LEDs in, trim everything, wire it, and all that. Good God, I'm not looking forward to this. But there you go. Little tiny LED beam sabers. Yay. The least exciting thing I've opened yet. This is a small Allen wrench, some screws and a spring, 2 wires, 2 little metal thingies, a bunch of screws. You flip it up. It's a whole bunch of nuts, some more screws, some more screws, some more screws, some more screws. You flip it up, and then there's some more screws, and some more screws, and some more screws, and some more screws, and some more screws. I'm assuming most of these go to the frame, with the exception of like this first little bit here. I'm pretty sure all this is for the frame, which is... ugh. First up from bag B, we've got dual O runners. O is just some dark blue pieces. Again, it's the navy. These are like wing pieces and stuff like that. I think these are parts of the shoulders and various details. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not super familiar with the Zai Gundam. There's a little bit of texturing on these too, so these will require some sanding. Then we have some dual, I don't know what these are, runners. They don't have a label. They're just runners. So, here's 2 of them. They're molded in white. And they seem to have like caps for joints. It's probably for thrusters, skirts or something like that, little joint pieces and stuff that sticks off of other stuff, and the beam sabers. So if you didn't get the first run, you'll get these. I'm going to lay these ones out because this is kind of confusing to me. This is exactly how the runners came. This is the R runner. This has got the 2 original head pieces, and this is the top or the side halves of the face. But these pieces all seem to have been trimmed out, and I'm not really sure why. So hopefully that's intentional and not like a manufacturer's defect or something like that. I don't know. But these are definitely for the waist. These are definitely for the head. I'm not sure about the rest of these smaller pieces. Next we have T, which is the back sides of the hand plates. This looks like it's some sort of back piece or something else. You stick this or something on top of this, which makes these probably cuffs, something like that. And then we have 2 of whatever this is. These are looking like probably side skirts, and then various, again, detail, but I'm not sure. And on to the final bag. We've got duplicate M runners, which, again, strange as ever. We have a bunch of pieces just missing. I guess these were like test pieces to see how they came out for something, but wound up getting broken down into smaller pieces or smaller assemblies or something like that. I don't know. But there's like a fin here. This looks like probably some sort of mounting thing, so this is probably like the top of the shoulder or something like that. These are probably plates for the shoulder. I think that might be for something. I don't know. There's lots and lots of white pieces here. Yay, sudden camera changes. My battery died, so you'll have to excuse me. Next we have another runner that I'm not really sure what it is. It's not labeled. And these pieces don't look like they really belong to anything. But here they are. 5L, 5R. I believe these are just duplicate pieces that go on the left and right side, and they have them on their own little thing. So there that is. There's 2 runners for F. Now these are the bottoms of the feet, definitely, like the actual armored up bottoms of the feet. And then this is like the heel, I guess. But
I don't know. But these are the same. So there's 2 of those, and again, there's even more pieces that are just missing. Finally, we have this chopped in half runner. They even chopped this piece in half. I guess this was once E, but now it's just 2 pieces from E. So I guess to cut down on plastic costs, they just did this. So whatever. And this is definitely shoulder binder. I can tell that much. And just for you, I'm only going to open one of these because I don't want to lose anything. I'll go ahead and open these so you can see what the hex armor looks like. This is a pre-order 1 bonus again, so if you didn't pre-order the first run, or if you can't get your hands on a first run, you won't be getting this. It comes in a little clamshell casing inside of a box. And I just realized that these were labeled, so this is the left side, this is the right side. And that shows what pieces are included and what numbers they are. They're all cut out, but they're not cleaned. I can already see nubs everywhere, and I'm actually not going to open this up because it's stapled. But you can get a good look at what the armor pieces sort of look like. There's blue pieces here, white pieces over here. These are probably like shoulders or knees or something. I don't know. And that, if that's the knee, that is ridiculously huge. So yeah, there you go. Oh man, I just realized that there's a lot of armor pieces missing because you have to put the hex on. That's gonna be, oh god. Okay, so I guess that this is gonna be the hex version. So I don't know what I'm exactly doing with this. So oddly enough, there's no metal V-fin. I thought there was supposed to be one, but there's not. So there's that. Lastly, we've got the baggie of goodies. And I'm going to open this from the side. I probably shouldn't because I don't know, because it has a flap. But it's such a big like manual that it gets stuck when you're trying to put it back in. So I'm going to use this. This is probably the biggest, pardon my language, pain in the ass part of this kit. This is the instruction manual. It is on a DVD. And from what I understand, you have to watch little videos to figure out what parts to cut out and use while assembling the kit, which doesn't make any sense to me. This is kind of dumb. But I guess it saves whoever designed this the time of designing diagrams and a step-by-step on how to do this. I guess, you know, moving 3D models around is easier or something. I don't know. Next we have photo etch, which I'm horrified of. I don't know how I'm going to put this on. I will talk to some of my armor buddies or some of my other friends who have done this sort of thing and slap this stuff on. I don't think it'll be that difficult. It's all fairly large, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but we'll see what happens. It doesn't look like I have to cut any of it either, so that's good. We have a fairly large sheet of water slides here. We've got... there's not a ton of different ones actually, but nonetheless, it's very nice, very big sheet, so very cool. And then we have this book, which is not the instructions, and I'm very sad. Apparently this is a pre-order 1 thing also, and this is literally just information about the product, you know, shows you how to, or you have to like read, or you're supposed to read this, and then it shows the instructions on the kit, and it shows you what all is included, which now all these missing pieces make a lot more sense to me. It shows you how many runners there are, what each runner weighs, which is a little bit ridiculous. Battery plates, power switches, I don't think there were any batteries included. So I don't know how that's going to go over. I guess I'll put batteries in it. I guess I don't have much of a choice. Shows you a runner layout. And this is where it shows you the pieces that were trimmed out. No, not really. God. But then it shows the other things that are included. Here's a larger look at the, well, a smaller look at the poster that was included. So that's really neat that it shows that as well. These are 3 packaged up things. And then the video list, so it shows you when you open up the video on the computer, I guess, what part you start with. I don't know. So that's a little bit crazy. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Shows decals, and there you go. That is the 1/100 MECHANICORE Zerster. I'm still somewhere between excited and absolutely terrified to build this thing. You know, considering I have to build everything from the frame up, using all those screws and whatnot, and all these things, and my God. So, look forward to a very, very lengthy whip series on this thing. It's going to be probably the death of me. So if I make it through, I don't know. But I am very excited. This is going to be a really neat project. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing, as lengthy as it was. Hopefully not too long, but I'm going to go ahead and get some of this stuff ready and maybe start prepping some of these pieces, I guess. I don't know. So I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching. Later.